folks. Sorry to be a little late. I apologize. I think it's premature to judge what the next administration may or may not do with the Iran deal, the JCPOA. Second, we're not going to respond to, as we often don't respond to all of the rhetoric, political rhetoric coming out of Iran. That said, as you heard Secretary Kerry just say in Brussels, and I can reiterate it, is, what we do agree about, and that is not just us in Iran, but it's also the P5+1, is that the JCPOA has been effective. It has effectively cut off all of Iran's pathways to a nuclear weapon, and because of their compliance, they've had some relief on their sanctions, and thus far, all sides, all parties have lived up to their commitments under the JCPOA, and it's working. So, we think it's a good deal. We've said that strongly, both publicly and privately. We're conveying that to the incoming administration. Brad, over to you. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to go over.
We're very clear about this as well. Don't see eye to eye with them on often on cybersecurity, although we've taken steps to address that, and human rights, where we have disagreements with China. As part of our relations with them, we're able to discuss these things and lay them out on the table. With respect to Taiwan, we've been very clear and very forthright in stating what our policy is. And that policy was a major shift at the time, but it helped us get to a place where we are today with China. And we respect that policy, and we retain that policy.
Rouhani did sell.
It is a very hot button issue for China, clearly.
And there were other hot button issues.
Of course there are. And that's not to say in any bilateral relations, whether it's with China or with any country, that we don't have disagreements. But with respect to Taiwan, we've been pursuing a very specific policy, and it's not just Democrats versus Republicans. This is both administrations or administrations of both parties who have pursued a consistent policy with regard to Taiwan and our recognition or lack of recognition of Taiwan and our relations with Taiwan. And that has not changed. And in diplomacy, that matters. Consistency matters.
Freedom of multilateral, but for bilateral,